What's going on, chat? Welcome back. Got my coffee here. Oh my god. Way too hot. How's everyone doing? Getting pumped, getting ready for a big day. Lots of words. Tessa, thanks for the follow. That still kills me. I have the notifications that from yesterday still up here. Beckett's mom donated $5. Bring my son back. That's funny. You guys are a riot. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're doing well. I was doing more thinking about adverse effects. Got some really cool ideas. A new kind of segment of the storyline I hadn't considered before. I'm going to implement that today. We are vibing. I was thinking more about what we were talking about the other day about Dexter, and it reminded me of this, which is like the most creative marketing I have seen in a long time. Let's move over to the live screen. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Just got on. Don't even have to pee yet. Check this out. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's pretty lit. Is Dexter not the most popular dog name? Everyone names their dog Dexter.
Dexter changed my life. You really feel that way?
Get out. Changed your life.
This neighborhood?
Big Mom Dexter.
Full of crazies.
What's the smile? It's absolutely amazing.
That was pretty cool, man.
Yo, by the way.
Okay, whatever. I think that was one of the most creative ways to promote a show I've seen in a long time, and that was years ago. Was it really that big? Was Dexter really that big a show that they could take over the U.S., 14 cities? I don't know. I guess big enough that they're going to bring it back 10 years later or whatever it is. Still waking up. No, fuck
Beckett's
off.
dad donated $2. Please bring our son back.
Beckett's mom and Beckett's dad, thank you for the tips. Beckett is not coming back. He's got that. He's got that one short story, and that's probably it. Although when we were talking about it yesterday, about the whole, my idea was to have him. For you guys who missed it, shame on you. But my idea was to have Beckett come back. Only he can no longer be a doctor because, he's under an assumed name. So he's going to be work in a high school, and he's going to be a sex education teacher. And you guys gave me the idea of making him just teach the kids only about fetishes. So it's going to be everything from scat play to gimps. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Anyways, that got me a little excited. I'm not going to lie. I might have to reconsider opening up that series once more. All right, so yesterday when we finished off, we were. When we finished off yesterday, we had just. Chase was going to get money to pay Screech for letting her use the. For letting her use DSLH investigations to kind of set up shop while she was in New York City. And she had gone to the bank, taken out her 5 Gs that she promised to pay the guy, and then she saw some sort of addict behind the bank, and she took money out, and that's kind of where we left it. It was a mini cliffhanger. Like I said, dozens of times before. For you guys who are just starting out writing, this is a great way to make sure that your readers don't put the book down. Just mini cliffhangers. Not gonna lie, I did put a little bit of notes here on the left-hand side. Literally, it's 3 sentences, 3 different ideas, but I'm not gonna show you. No. I'm not gonna show you. You keep a little suspense, but rest assured, it's not like heavy plotting or anything like that. It's just a couple notes that I wanted to expand a little more, and it has to do with what I said earlier about this kind of new idea. Maybe not new idea. Maybe not new idea, but just kind of building on the current storyline that we have. All right, let's go. Let's get some music going. Let's get started, man. I feel like we're going to have a big day today. Anyways, sorry. I was saying that I don't remember really elucidating Beckett's past, but I may have added a few hints along the way. And that's something that I did with Hannah, who's a particularly enigmatic egghead character. And so in the Straw Man, I really go deep into what made her who she was. And that's something I could do with Beckett. I was just checking out the word count. What do we got? 58,453. Yeah. So 26 words I had on those 2 sentences. Lisa, good morning. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. I'm doing splendid. Have my coffee. Weather here is still poor. It's just pissing rain outside. I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice, so let's hope the weather improves. I feel like it's a little bit of pathetic fallacy going on here. So, as I was just saying, Chase walked to the bank, took her money out, and now she's back. She slipped some money to some sort of vagrant behind the bank, and we don't exactly know what happened there. Well, you don't. I do. Chapter 43, new paragraph. Chase wasn't surprised to see that Screech was back at DSL Investigations. Despite the fact that it was at least an hour before their planned meeting time, period to paragraph. She found him seated at one of the other desks, comma. The bluish glow from the computer screen somehow making his face look even a little more rosy than in real life, period to paragraph, open quote. I've got the money I promised you, comma, close quote, Chase said as she stepped inside, period to paragraph. The man looked up, comma, startled, period to paragraph, open quote. Thanks, period. Close quote in a paragraph. Screech walked over to him and placed the wad of cash on the desk in front of him, period to paragraph, up a quote. I'm $100 short, comma, had to do some shopping. Open quote. I'm $100 short, M dash, had to do some shopping, comma, close quote. Chase said, period to paragraph. Screech just shrugged, period to paragraph, open quote. You're overpaying, comma, anyway, period. Close quote to paragraph. With that, comma, Screech went back to his computer screen and Chase. With that, comma. Leaving Chase just standing there, comma, staring down at him, period to paragraph. She continued staring for a moment longer, comma, and as expected, Screech eventually looked up and felt the need to fill the silence. Period to paragraph, open quote. You want me to leave? Question mark. I can leave, period. Shit, comma. You paid for the place, period. Close quote in paragraph. Chase shook her head, period to paragraph, open quote. Nah, comma. I'm not going to be doing any work, comma, anyway, period. Close quote in paragraph, open quote. This is that suicide case, comma, isn't it? Question mark. Close quote in paragraph. Chase nodded, period to paragraph. She wasn't sure how much information she could actually reveal to. The man about their investigation, comma. Given the fact that he was a PI and not a member of the police force, comma. But the truth was, comma, Chase didn't much care, period to paragraph, open quote. It's fucked up. Open quote. It's fucked up, M dash. Those girls killing themselves like that, period. What the hell would make them do such a thing? Question mark, close quote in the paragraph. Open quote. Wish I knew, period. Close quote in the paragraph. The unspoken sentence here was that Chase herself had often contemplated. On many an occasion, Chase had contemplated doing something similar to what Sky had done, M dash. Not the other girls, comma, but just bringing a razor and making the pain go away, period to paragraph. And even though Screech clammed up, comma, she thought she detected a hint of understanding in his voice, comma, his expression, period to paragraph, his eyes, period to paragraph, open quote. Where's Hannah? Chase asked suddenly, period to paragraph. Screech frowned, period to paragraph, open quote. She's gone, period, close quote. There was something about the finality of those two words that encouraged Chase to remain, deterred Chase from asking anything further, period. She reminded herself that everyone had secrets, comma, and DSLH was no exception, period to paragraph, open quote. Open quote. It seemed that everyone who came into her life eventually was forced out of it, period to paragraph. Drake, comma, Beckett, comma, Stitz, comma, Hannah, comma, her husband, period to paragraph, and now Georgina. Period to paragraph. Instead of getting behind the desk and trying to crack this case that made little sense to her, comma, Chase elected instead to walk towards the back of the room and collapse on the couch, period. She put her forearm against her forehead, comma, enjoying how cool her skin felt, period to paragraph. Then she closed her eyes and let her mind wander, period to paragraph. She might have fallen asleep because the next thing she knew, comma, Screech was shaking her shoulder gently, period to paragraph, open quote. The next thing she knew, was I snoring? Question mark, close quote in the paragraph. Screech grinned, period to paragraph, open quote. Nah, comma. Okay, maybe a little, M dash. Period, close quote in the paragraph, open quote. Sorry, period, close quote in the paragraph, open quote. Don't worry about it. Period. Listen, comma, I was going to head out and grab something to eat. Period, close quote in the paragraph. Chase grunted as she pushed herself up into a seated position, period in the paragraph, open quote. What time is it? Question mark, close quote in the paragraph, open quote. Almost 8, period, close quote in the paragraph, open quote. You want to come with? Question mark, close quote in the paragraph. Chase thought about this for a moment, period. Truth was, comma, she wasn't that hungry, period. Back home when she was running and doing her morning runs, comma, her morning runs fueled her appetite, and since being here in Manhattan, she hadn't. The most exercise she'd done was to walking up and down a set of subway stairs, period. The paragraph, open quote. No, comma, thank you, period, close quote, the paragraph, open quote. You sure? Question mark, close quote, the paragraph. Chase rubbed the sleep from her eyes, period, the paragraph, open quote. I'm sure, comma, close quote, she said, period, the paragraph. Screech reached into his pocket then, comma, and pulled out a set of keys, period. It took him several seconds to remove one of the keys from the ring, and then he handed it out to Chase, period, the paragraph, open quote. This is for the front door, period. Please be sure to lock up before you leave. Period. Close quote. I won't put on the alarm until after you're done here. Period. Close quote in the paragraph. Chase nodded and took the key. Period. She looked at it, comma, turning it over in her hand, comma, smelling the metallic scent of metal. Period. In the paragraph. Open quote. Thanks, comma, close quote. She said again, period, to paragraph. Screech stayed a moment longer, comma, as if he had something else to add, comma, but eventually he just gave her a turned and left her alone, period, to paragraph. When the door closed, comma, Jay sat there for a second staring at the key and then at the door, period, to paragraph. I'm alone now, comma, she thought, period. I can lock the door and nobody will bother me, period, to paragraph. Her mind turned to the woman that she'd met down the alleyway, comma, the one whom she'd taken a bill from the wad that she'd handed Screech and given it to her, period, to paragraph. Nobody will bother me, period, to paragraph. Chase quickly slipped the key into her pocket and rose, comma, making her way over to the desk, period. Over to the front door, period. She looked outside, comma, her eyes darting back and forth along the abandoned sidewalk. And then switched the deadbolt lock, period, to paragraph. Next, comma, she returned to her desk and sat down, period, to paragraph. But this time, she didn't bother waking the computer, comma. She didn't even bother taking her cell phone out of her pocket to see if Screech or Dunbar had messaged her, period. Floyd or Dunbar had messaged her. New paragraph. Instead, comma, she grabbed the picked the phone up off the desk, period, new paragraph. There were very few numbers that she knew off by There were very few numbers that she knew off by heart, comma, as a result of everything being programmed into her cell phone, period, new paragraph. But there was one, period, new paragraph. Slowly, comma, she dialed the number and then waited, period, new paragraph. A woman answered on the first ring, period, new paragraph, open quote. Hello? Question mark, close quote, in the paragraph, open quote. Louisa, comma, it's Chase, period. Can I speak to Georgina? Question mark, close quote, in the paragraph. Louisa's tone softened, period, in the paragraph, open quote. Of course, comma, she's having a great time, by the way, period, close quote, in the paragraph. Louisa must have covered the phone because when she shouted Georgina's name, comma, it was muffled, period, in paragraph. Open quote. Is it Chase? Question mark, close quote. She heard someone ask, period, in paragraph. The hand was handed. A small voice. The phone was handed over to. Open quote. Georgina? Question mark, close quote, in a paragraph, open quote. Hi, Chase. Auntie Chase, comma, close quote. Georgina answered back, comma, her voice cheerful, period, in paragraph, open quote. I miss you, dot, 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 close quote. All right. Bring our son back. Beckett's secret twin brother needs to get on in stew? Okay, like, look, I'm not just writing a pure rip of Dexter. A case of Red Bull? Hey, hit me up. Send it to my P.O. box. I know, Chase and Drake are coming, don't worry. Burps are natural. 100% natural. All right, so just a little chapter there, just to bridge the gap. Like I said, I want Chase to go to bed. She needs some sleep. I'm still leaving it hanging what she actually did with that woman in the alleyway. Sickos. And that's on purpose. That's by design. Thanks, Vanessa, Catherine, and Victoria for the likes. Your chat tax has been paid. Now you can troll me all you want. I wonder if I get a sponsorship for some coffee. Coffee sponsorship. Get in the kitchen. Like walk around? Get out of here. I don't even make my own sandwiches. You know, Victoria, you know, they come to me. This is my world. It comes to me. My sandwiches come. I put my children to work. They make me sandwiches. Ashley makes me sandwiches. I'm a sandwich king. Maybe I'll get a GoPro, and all I'll do is film myself making sandwiches, and drinking coffee and slurping. So Catherine, you're missing Chase and Drake, but what about Beckett? Beckett's the one that everyone wants to see come back. No Beckett, no Tommy, no love? No love for those guys? Well, they're dead. They're dead to me. Just reviewing a little bit. I kind of forget where, hell yeah, all right. I forget where, how could he have a black sheep sibling? He is the black sheep. Maybe he has his brother is like some super prim and proper guy. Never broke a law in his life. Never did anything rude or inappropriate. Oh, okay. How do I make someone more of a black sheep than Beckett? That's the problem. Oh, he has a kid with Susan? That's dude, I love that interplay between Susan and Beckett. Especially because they have, like, Susan, I don't know how old she is, maybe 20? Remember, she was Drake's partner. And oh man, this is a little soap opera-ish, I'll give you that, but she was Drake's partner's kid, right? And she met Beckett somehow. I don't remember how, but they hooked up and that was it. Now they're together. Beckett pretty much ruined her life, like, let's be honest. Maybe they'll have a kid. Well, they do have a kid, right? Oh yeah, I forgot. They have that adopted kid. Adopted. They literally just stole. The kid. Okay. How about this for storylines? Yeah. So Bob Bumacher, however you want to say it, he was the White Hulk, and Beckett ended up killing him because he was shipping the girls across from Colombia. He was like the guy who was helping. Oh God, he was helping. Ken Smith bring the Colombian girls into the country, and they were drug mules, and Beckett killed them, and then that kid saw, and that kid was warped as fuck, and he went into the same facility where Susan was being held on purpose, and they were trying to, you remember, DNR was trying to get them all hooked up, and then eventually Susan tried to save the boy and somehow managed, and then Beckett adopted him. Yeah, baby Clay. What is? I guess I got some some issues here because it seems like every parent just. I got some detachment issues. Every parent in my book just abandons their kid. Drake and his boy, they're gone. Chase, she has a son, gone. Becca's the only one. Becca's the opposite. I mean, how's that for irony? I guess Drake and Chase are pretty screwed up too, but Beckett is by far the most screwed up, and he's the only one who really looks after not even his kid, and the other ones just abandon them. I've always had this vision of like a scene when all my books are done, when I'm 39 and I'm done writing, and there's a scene where all the characters get together and they're all families and they all have drinks and just celebrate. That's it. That's gonna be the final book. It's gonna be at a bar, of course. Beckett's choice. Can you imagine? What if Beckett wanted to hunt his own brother? That's too much like Dexter though. Tommy is parental too. Yeah, Tommy is definitely parental. Yeah, he's looking after his brother. I mean, that's what sent him on the spiral, right? Like he just wanted to help his brother. I was waiting for someone to say that. No, when I turn 39. I'm done when I'm 39. I'm retiring. Yeah, so Tommy, that's what I like about Tommy's storyline is he just basically wanted to do the right thing, just help his brother out. And he did, and then he's completely immersed in a world he knows nothing about, but because he's so smart, he basically starts to rule that world. So his brother shit on him. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm 22. What are you talking about? Victoria, I'm 22. When I shave this beard, you'll see I'm young. Okay, 61. You got 25 good years to go, Catherine. Come on now. By the way, what do you guys digging the COVID hair and beard? I haven't shaved or cut my hair since March when this whole thing happened, when it started. At least for us, when it started, when I got back from Mexico. Trim the beard a little bit every once in a while, but I haven't shaved it. I was at daycare the other day dropping one of my kids off, and I was wearing a mask because masks suck with a beard. I mean, they suck in general, but you're required to wear a mask, so I had a mask on. And the daycare lady comes up and she goes, "Oh, it must be hard with a beard to wear a mask." And I was like, "Yeah, it kind of sucks." She goes, "Why don't you just shave it then?" And I was like, "What? Seriously? You're just going to come at me like that? You're going to come at me and say just shave the beard just like that? Like this is not... This this doesn't take hours of thinking and contemplating and grooming." I was like, it's wintertime. You got to wear a toque. It must be uncomfortable, all that hair. Why don't you just shave your head? How dare she? Anyways, I immediately took my kid out of that daycare because I don't trust that woman. So yeah. You cut your own hair? Oh man. I'll show you what would happen if I cut my hair. Okay. This is what would happen if I cut my own hair. Would you trust a guy like that to write a book? Your husband has beard, lotion, gels. Yeah, you know what? I used to be part of like the don't know, man beard club, man tough beard club, and I used some oils to put in it, but I just found that it just made it too greasy. So anytime I'm doing something real special, let's say like going to collect the mail, so I gotta leave the house, I'll just do some face cream, put some face cream on, you know, and then I can use a little bit of that. I think that works almost better. I don't do much gel. With the hair, I put in some clay every once in a while, but I mean, it's a pain in the ass. Gotta rep the gear. He's such a liar. No, like the daycare lady said that to me. She goes, "Why don't you just shave your beard then?" I was like, racist. How dare you? Yeah, in Mexico, I was super baby-faced. The problem is, when I have this long hair and I shave the beard, I look exactly like Ellen DeGeneres. I know, I've seen it. The beard straightener is weird AF. Like, it's so weird. I'm okay. Listen, there's nobody watching, right? Nobody can hear me. I'll admit to this. When I went on a really special date, we're not talking getting the mail. We're not talking about the McDonald's drive-thru. We're talking about anniversary shit. We're talking about wife's birthday, whatever. I have on occasion used a blow dryer and one of those those round brushes. Okay, nobody screenshot this, please. The round brushes, those ones to like kind of smooth out the kinks of the beard. I've done that before. But the beard straightener is so weird. I mean, mine is not super curly. I mean, oh shit. It's a little wiry, but I have this, actually, one of the things that I got from that beard club, I forget what it's called, but that beard club, in addition to the oils, the best thing I got from them was the brush. It's like the small horsehair brush, and I use that all the time. Okay, so you want to know more about my beauty regimen? Well, whatever it is, not really working, so. You guys bring out the worst in me. That's what happens when I try to get work done. You guys troll me. Maybe I'll get that. Maybe we'll see if Beckett's mom and Beckett's dad and Beckett's brother tip some more. Maybe I'll buy that beard straightener and do it on stream for you guys. Oh my god, this is fucking turning weird. What, lip plumper? Naturally plump, baby. Don't need no plumper. I'm just all around plump. All right. You guys done? You guys done with this? Maybe I'll get some work done. How about that? Maybe I'll do a chapter. See what you guys are up to after that. Oh, okay, hold on. There you go. That's going to be highlighted on Twitch right there. Pucker up, baby. I know you haven't said a word. It's all Ashley and Victoria. Oh, I get a like for that? Okay. Chat tax paid. All I got to do is put on lip gloss, and you guys like the stream. I got you. I hear you. I see what you guys want to turn this into. It's not happening. I'm a respectable young man, 22 years young. Grinding, everyday grinding. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna do another chapter. I'll get back to you in a bit. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about, Victoria. And that's because I make fun of Ashley all the time. Listen, for you guys who don't remember in chat, I'm going to tell you a secret about women. It's impossible for a woman to put on mascara without making some sort of guppy face. Like, legit. Legit, they got to do it like a fish. And so that's what Beckett commented on, I think, in one of his books. Try it. It's like sneezing with your eyes open. Try to sneeze and keep your eyes open. Can't do it. Just like you girls, you ladies, you females, and maybe men too. You can't put on mascara with keeping a straight face. You gotta, as if this somehow helps. Like your lower lip is pushing it. More volume. We need more volume. More extension. This hour has been brought to you by Beauty Tips by Patrick Logan. Working that pole, that's right. Somebody go get her. She's dancing like a stripper. I'm here all day, guys. Actually, I'm not. I gotta eat something. I gotta get one of those sandwiches made. You guys can send sandwiches to my P.O. box. Okay, maybe not. Now we're going too far. Why am I getting like all-time high viewership when I'm talking about this nonsense? Here we have literary gold, legit Giller Prize shit, and you guys like, meh, I'm not gonna stick around. Then I start talking about lip plumping and I don't know what else we're talking about, scat playing. You guys are legit just all over it. Okay, okay. You guys are freaks. Freaks. More people coming in. What's going on? This is a very serious job. Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. Not these people. Yeah, I know. Top fan. Only fans, maybe. Bella Thorne, anybody? Fucking cold. Really cold. All right. Now, where were we? Somebody go get her. She's dancing like a stripper. Is that some sort of euphemism? I said, Catherine is going to take her schnauzer out. That definitely is a euphemism. But I hope to see you back here later. I'm going to do another hour or so now and then break for lunch. The sandwiches being made for me, prepared. I hope so as I say this. Ashley, get on it. And then I'm going to come back in the afternoon. Oh, you can hear me. I know you can hear me. Atticus Finch. Okay, should be Dexter. Okay, who's going to name their dog Beckett? So all those people name their dog Dexter after the show. Let's get some dogs named Beckett. Maybe a gerbil or something. Yeah, it's this. The Dragon program mutes my mic. Every time I hit that little turn on button, I have to hit another key and mute, unmute, blah, blah, blah. Boring. I know. Chapter 44, new paragraph. Chapter 44, new paragraph. Oh, I love that. Awesome, Catherine. I love that show. I love those guys. I for animal names, I love like very very human animal names. Like when someone names their dog like John Smith the Third or something, really really basic human name. To me, that makes me chuckle. Yeah, those guys are hilarious. Yeah, I'm surprised that show does as well as it does. I guess I mean it's the Flight of the Concord guys, right? It's hilarious, but like what kind of genre mashup of that is that? Like horror humor? I mean, the Scary Movie guys did it great, right? This just super over the top, but I'm glad that that show is doing so well. That is a show, right? That was a movie? Was it a movie that became a show? Or was it just always a show? Yeah, it was a movie. Yeah, okay, so no, but it was a movie for sure. Yeah, okay. Hey, why do I even question myself? Yeah, it was a movie, and then it became a show as well. It's great. Yeah, I know it's a show as well. Yeah, I think I've only seen. I don't think I've seen the show though. I've only seen the movie. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I was commenting on replying to someone's troll comment on one of my ads. All right, here we go, guys. We're moving forward. We're gonna do next day. A few moments later, a few hours later. Chapter 44. New paragraph. This time, comma, when Dunbar and Screech arrived at... Fucking Screech. It's not Screech. And Floyd arrived at DSLH investigations, comma, Chase wasn't asleep in her car, comma, or on the couch, period, new paragraph. Instead, comma, she was the one who's wide awake, comma, and she'd also grabbed some coffees for her team, period, new paragraph. open quote. Morning, comma, close quote, she said, with a smile as soon as she opened the door to let Dunbar and Floyd inside. Period. New paragraph. Floyd eyed her suspiciously, comma, as did Dunbar, comma, but the latter grunted a salutation. Period. New paragraph. Open quote. Here, comma, take a coffee. Period. Close quote. New paragraph. She saw that Dunbar already had his own cup in his hand, comma, but the man eagerly took another. Period. New paragraph. You could never have too much caffeine. One work in a case. Period. New paragraph. Open quote. Got a call this morning from Dr. Nordmeyer, comma, close quote, Dunbar said after they had settled in behind the desk, period, new paragraph. Chase raised an eyebrow but didn't inquire, period. She assumed that if anything had come up, comma, Dunbar would have called her right away, period, new paragraph. Even if he had waited to tell her this morning, comma, he wouldn't look so glum doing it, period, new paragraph, open quote. No cancer, period. None of the girls had any sort of detectable cancer. Period. Close quote in the paragraph. Chase nodded, comma. She suspected as much. Period. The paragraph. Open quote. What about the talk screen? Question mark. Close quote. She was far more interested in this than the possibility that the girls had some sort of malignancy. Period. The paragraph. Open quote. Floyd shook his head. Period. The paragraph. Open quote. Nothing. Period. Just those monoclonal antibodies. Period. No other drugs in their system besides those and caffeine. Period. Close quote in the paragraph. Now it was Chase's turn to look glum. Period. In the paragraph. Open quote. So they don't have cancer, comma, but they were taking these monoclonal antibodies. A typical cancer treatment, period. Their hair went white, comma. They dyed it to cover that up, comma, and then they committed suicide, period. 2 days later, comma, their favorite teacher also commits suicide, all with the same note, albeit more overtly with Mr. Horace, colon, I see it, comma, it's real, comma, blah, 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 period, close quote in the paragraph. Both Dunbar and Floyd were nodding along with a recap of the case, period, in the paragraph. Which annoyed Chase, semicolon. It annoyed her because they basically had gotten nowhere, period, in the paragraph, open quote. What about the monoclonal antibodies that were detected, question mark, close quote, in the paragraph, open quote. What about them, question mark, close quote, Dunbar asked, period, in the paragraph, open quote. Like, were they specific for one type of cancer or another, question mark, close quote, in the paragraph. Dunbar raised an eyebrow. And he reached into his pocket to asked for the folder that Floyd had tucked under his arm, period. The man sifted through it before pulling out a single sheet of paper, period, in a paragraph, open quote. Monoclonal antibodies were, according to the sheet there, that Dr. Nordby provided me with, comma, the monoclonal antibodies were once used as a test for glioblastoma, M-, a type of brain tumor, period, close quote in the paragraph. Chase upper lip curled, period, of paragraph, open quote. A brain tumor, question mark, close quote. She poked her tongue into her cheek and thought about this for a moment, with the other two men looking on, period, of paragraph, open quote. What Open quote. This whole time, comma, we've assumed that these girls were taking these drugs on purpose, period. What if they weren't? Question mark, close quote in a paragraph, open quote. Do you mean, comma, someone was poisoning them somehow? Question mark, close quote. Floyd asked, period, new paragraph. Jace cocked her head to one side, period, new paragraph, open quote. Maybe, period. But maybe it was by accident, period. Something in the water, comma, maybe, question mark. Contamination, question mark, close quote in a paragraph. As soon as the words left her mouth, comma, Dunbar started to take his phone out of his pocket, period, new paragraph, open quote. What are you doing? Question mark, close quote in a paragraph, open quote. I'm calling the school. Comma, gonna see when they got their water checked last, period. Close quote to paragraph. Chase was averse to raising alarm, comma, but she thought that this was a good idea, period. Something else occurred to her, comma, however, period, new paragraph, open quote. Instead of just testing the water, comma, can we test some of the kids? Question mark. This monoclonal antibody would appear in their blood, comma, wouldn't it? Question mark, close quote in a paragraph. It was Floyd who answered, period, new paragraph, open quote. It should, comma, if it's circulating at high enough levels, period. Close quote in a paragraph. Open quote. Then let's do that, comma. Let's round up some of the kids, comma, get their parents' permission and see if they'll actually let us test their blood, period. Close quote in a paragraph. Dunbar got on the horn and started to call around, comma. During which time Floyd addressed Chase directly, period, to paragraph, open quote. You think that the monoclonal antibodies made them do this? Question mark. Close quote, new paragraph. Chase knew very little about monoclonal antibodies and made a point to brush up on her immunology, period, new paragraph, open quote. I don't know, M dash. I really don't know, comma, but if these were antibodies that affected the brain, comma, maybe, question mark, close quote in a paragraph. Realizing how little she knew about this type of treatment, comma, Chase was considered contacting the FBI to see if they had any sort of immunological expert or biochemist who could help them out on this, period, in a paragraph. Just as she was about to raise this point, comma, Dunbar put his phone back into his pocket and spoke to her, period, in a paragraph, open quote. Mr. Hendricks said it would be all right if we come in and talk to the kids, comma, and he said that probably some of the parents wouldn't mind if we take their blood, period, in a paragraph. He said their water was actually tested a few months ago as there was some lead pipes used in a school in their vicinity for lead, as a school in their district tested positive, period. He said they came back completely clean, period. Close quote in a paragraph, open quote. Chase nodded, period, in a paragraph. Even though they were no further along than it had been yesterday, comma, or truthfully when she'd arrived in Manhattan, comma, at least it felt like they were getting somewhere, comma, as if they were pushing towards a goal. as if they were. At least now they had something to do, comma, something to investigate, period to paragraph, open quote. Did Mr. Hendricks speak to his students? Question mark, close quote, paragraph, open quote. He did, comma, close quote. Dunbar confirmed with a nod, period, open quote. He said that they spoke to them all last night and even brought some of the parents in, period. They discussed suicide prevention, comma, and how to deal with this scenario. Any of the feelings that the kids might have been feeling. Okay. With the grief following the suicide of their classmates, period, close quote, in a paragraph. In her mind, comma, Chase pictured this hand-drawn sign with the words, Madison, we miss you, on it, period to paragraph. Chase suddenly rose from behind the desk, comma, and slipped her coat on, period to paragraph. Open quote. Where are you going? Question mark, close quote. Dunbar asked. Floyd asked, period to paragraph, open quote. I'm going to the school, comma, close quote, she said. Period, open quote. You coming along? Question mark, close quote. All right, I'm back. I got a text from a buddy. It says, "Hey, listen, first draft, my man. Don't worry about it, guys. I'll brush up on make sure it's all kosher. All the science is kosher." All right, so another chapter in the bag here. We're gonna get Chase back at the school. And when she's there, and they're just gonna start doing these tests, she's going to come across what I mentioned earlier about that character I'm gonna add in. Jimmy. Let's go with Jimmy. I haven't used a Jimmy, I don't think. For everyone joining, you missed skincare and hygiene regimen with author Patrick Logan. And some other such nonsense. But listen, if you're new, you got to pay the chat tax. You got to hit that like button, the follow, the share. Come on. Oh my God, I got to sneeze. See, I tried to do it. I tried to sneeze with my eyes open. It is literally impossible. Maybe if I had some speculums or something. Woo. No. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. Man, this cat hasn't been here for over a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I'm still feeling the effects. Biggest mistake of my life. But you know what? Let's be honest. Does anybody really like cats? I mean, there's a reason why I killed one in Almost Infamous. Just kidding. Dogs are just a way better animal. That's just true facts right there. It's just facts. You're not gonna name a cat Dexter or a Beckett. You're gonna name a cat like Fluffy or Snowball or something like that. They don't do anything. These dogs you can take for a run. You can hang out with. Uh-oh. We got some cat people. Vanessa, tell me you're not a cat lady. Oh, got hacked. No, cats are great. I love cats. They're amazing. Just the way they drink that milk. Okay. Listen. You want more cats. Because 5 is not enough, clearly. You know, they have this term for people who collect a lot of cats. I'm not going to say it here. But I think you know what it is. Now, we had the cat here. You know what? It's funny because the cat... Like, I'm not a huge fan of cats. And I didn't realize that I was... allergic. Oh, come on. Come on, people. I lost all respect. I didn't realize that... I didn't realize I was allergic, but as soon as I started coughing and sneezing or whatever, eyes were itchy, the cat literally would not leave me alone. Like, I was watching TV in the basement, and the cat was just, like, curling up on me. I think they're just evil creatures, man. Let's be honest. They just want to make you feel bad. I know my buddy Jeff Menapace has cats. He's a great writer, by the way. And he's always posting pictures of his cats. And every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, that's why I'll never write a book with you. I don't want a cat near it. You have a fluffy cat tail tattooed on my spine. Vanessa has 6 cats. Lisa has 3 cats. Hey, Victoria, you said it. I didn't say it. But you said it. We all know what they call a person who has a lot of cats. There's a reason why. I think Karen has a lot of cats. Karens seem like ladies who would have a lot of cats. What do you guys think? This Karen thing's getting a little out of control. Is Karen here? Listen, I got a fan, Karen. I don't think she likes it when I use that term. Teriyaki? It's funny because Dr. Nordmeyer, or Dr. Cuntmeyer, as Beckett so affectionately called her, her name is Karen, but when I first put her in the books, there was this Karen meme, this Karen world didn't exist. But now she's the perfect Karen. Dude, she's just so fucking annoying. I really wanted Beckett to kill her. I was disappointed when Susan thought she had killed Karen, Dr. Nordmeyer, and didn't. That pissed me off. She needs to go. She needs to go. But what am I going to do? Am I going to replace Dr. Nordmeyer with another ME that is like Beckett? Or another one who's like Dr. Nordmeyer? I don't know. Can't do another Beckett. One of my favorite scenes of Beckett's is when he tries to impress Dr. Nordmeyer, and he has that beer, so he's drinking beer in the morgue, and he tries to, like, he has no opener. Dude, he's such a car wreck. So he tries to open his beer using the cadaver's teeth, tear the bottle cap off, and it just it's so gross. We gotta stop talking about Beckett, man. I'm getting weepy. No, I'm just kidding. It's this fucking cat. I know. I collect cat fanatics. I don't know what that says about me. So, Vanessa, you can have enough cats. 1. Okay, now I'm getting people coming in. All right, I got you. All these people are like, nah, you can't talk badly about cats. You know, so Almost Infamous was based loosely, or I like to go inspired by. I don't like to go based on, but loosely inspired by the Luca Magnotta killer, and obviously he killed a cat. And I mean, the Netflix show where they had that headline, don't fuck with cats. Rule 1 of the internet, don't fuck with cats. Like, it's so true. I find it a bit strange that people get so offended by. First, okay, I don't think I need to do this, but just in case someone's gonna take like a sound bite, I'm definitely saying, yeah, exactly. I'm definitely not advocating hurting any animals, of course. You guys know that. I don't need to fucking say it. But my point is that people get so upset when cats are treated poorly, and yet they don't feel the same empathy towards humans. I guess maybe people just believe that humans deserve it. Some of them, anyways. But definitely don't fuck with cats. It says it all for sure. Yeah, I did a little play on that. I think in the almost infamous blurb there, 1 is don't fuck with cats, and 2 is don't fuck with Damian Drake because he's gonna come after you. Come at me, dog. See, they say come at me, dog. They don't say come at me, cat. Whatever, it's cat. We have a hamster. We have a hamster here. The hamster was living a great life in the pet store. It was a solitary life, but it was a good life. And then this hamster got a home with 3 young girls who really mean the best. However, the hamster's not given much time to sleep. It's passed around. Humans act with malice while animals are going by instinct. Okay, so I agree with you, right? I don't think animals. Okay, so here's the problem with that statement, Victoria. We're animals, right? Okay, we're the most highly evolved animal, of course. We're the top of every food chain. But, and I don't want to defend just horrible acts, but it's on some level we could say because we do something, then it's in our nature to do it. We often talk about. So if you think about some people who commit serious crimes, we're talking murder, all those sort of things, and the ones that are done not in a heat of passion or like the manslaughter types, we're talking about the pre-planned, the Dahmers, the the Bundys, those sort of things. And people say, well, they're not mentally ill. I would fundamentally agree with that, and I don't really care if they passed all the tests or they didn't meet the criteria. Just the fact that they committed these atrocious acts that are by nature just anti-human, anti-evolution, then I would consider them mentally ill. Now, what that means in terms of rehabilitation or punitive measures is another conversation entirely. We getting deep. We went from lip plumpers to Bundy and mental illness. All right, Victoria. You named your tortoises. You have how many tortoises do you have? 1, 2? Got to be 2, right? Is it tortoisai? I learned something the other day. I used to always say that multiple octopuses were. Okay, spoil it. Fucking. Multiple octopus. I used to say were octopi. That's wrong. It's octopuses. Sounds weird, but that's true. True facts. Look, you come here every day. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna teach you. 2 tortoises. Those big ones they have in Florida, like 300 pounds and 100 years old. Ride them to school. Put your kids on it. Should be tortoisai if they're 2. A red-footed and a Russian. Okay. So did you get it straight from Russia or? Can't all be winners here. Yeah, we only have the hamster here. I'm content with that. Okay, keep a leopard gecko and 2 dogs. Are you not afraid that the gecko is just going to be eaten by one of these other animals? I would like to get a dog. I don't think Ashley's a big fan of that idea, but the kids would love it. It's, prior to this whole COVID thing, I was working from home anyways. I had a lot of time. I could take the dog out, and I was like, oh, I need a companion. Now it's like, I got too many companions. I got all you guys to hang out with. Okay, I figured he had a cage. I mean, I don't know. Vanessa has 6 cats, so. But do you not take him out? Like, we have a hamster, and he's got a cage, and this thing spends 99% of the time trying to escape. Anytime they put the hamster down, he's bolting for the door. I think he's hoping that I think he's hoping that some sort of bird comes down, sweeps him up, and ends the misery. That'd be awesome. You got to get him like a tiny silver helmet and then somehow attach like a lance to his paw. I don't. What do they have? Hand? Little gecko-y fingers, so it could be like going into battle. That'd be awesome. All right, let's rock a little. Let's get a little work done, shall we? Do another chapter. We're gonna be at the school again, and they're gonna be doing these blood tests on some of the kids. Looking for this. Oh, come on. There's no way the tortoise has a leash. It's a fucking tortoise. Like, where? Like, is it gonna run away from you? Come on, man. You guys are fucking trolling me. You have a leash for your tortoise in case it what? In case it decides to bolt? Make a run for it? I give up. And down. Got a romantic setting now on the lights. Chase was surprised that by the time she and Floyd arrived at the high school, the team that Dunbar had dispatched to draw blood for some of the students had already arrived, period to paragraph. It would take some time to get permission from their parents, and even those who were technically adults, Dunbar had deemed it appropriate so as to not put anyone in panic to ask only a few which would be done on a selective basis as per Dunbar's request, period to paragraph. The last thing he wanted, especially after, was for some sort of panic at the school, more panic than already existed after 6 members committed suicide within a 3-day period, period to paragraph. The first thing they were going to do was to test the staff, and Mr. Hendricks had unsurprisingly been the first one to volunteer, period to paragraph. Open quote, "Do you really think it's something in the water? Question mark, in the air? Question mark, close quote, the man asked as he laid his forearm on the arm of his chair, and the technician started to search from a vein, period to paragraph. This was the panic that Chase had started to... Dunbar had wanted to avoid, period to paragraph, open quote. To be honest, question mark, I'm not really sure, period. I doubt it, comma, though, period. But we need to check every single avenue, period, close quote in a paragraph. Mr. Hendricks looked as if he wanted to say something else, comma, but Chase's gaze deterred him, period, in paragraph. He winced a little as the syringe went into his vein and then started to fill the clear tube with his blood, period, in paragraph. Open quote. Did many people stay home today? Question mark, close quote, Chase asked. As blood was drawn from Mr. Hendricks' arm, period to paragraph, open quote. A few, comma, but we checked in with all of them, comma, all of their parents, period. Even those who were of age, period. Just to make sure, period. Close quote in a paragraph. Make sure that they hadn't committed suicide, comma. The rest of that sentence went, but thankfully, Mr. Hendricks didn't feel the need to offer such details, period to paragraph. Open quote. How long will it take to get the results? Question mark, close quote. Mr. Hendricks asked when the tube was finally full of his blood, period to paragraph. Open quote. We're going to take samples from everybody here at the school. After we're done taking samples, comma, it should only take about an hour or two, period. The technician informed them as she placed the tube into a biohazard bag, period. New paragraph. Chase nodded to herself, period, new paragraph. That meant by the end of the day, comma, they'd figure out be able to rule out the school as a source of the antibodies that had been detected in the girls' systems. The problem was, comma, even if they found it in the water, comma, or in the blood of the other students or teachers, comma, they still didn't know how it... The problem was, comma, even if they detected the monoclonal antibodies in the other students or in faculty blood, comma, it didn't really explain why the girls had committed suicide and the others hadn't, period, paragraph, or why they had white hair, comma, and so far as she could see, comma, none of the students did, period, paragraph. There was a sudden commotion outside the door, comma, and Chase turned her head in the direction of the sound, period, paragraph. 4 girls were arguing with the secretary, comma, trying to squeeze their way into the office, but they're being held back by the plump woman with the still pleasant smile, period, paragraph, open quote. I'm sorry, comma, but you're going to have to wait outside, period, close quote, paragraph, open quote. We want to get tested, comma. I want to find out if it's in my blood, period. Close quote. One of the women shouted. Girls shouted, period. New paragraph, open quote. Nobody's getting tested until you have your parents' permission, period. Close quote. New paragraph, open quote. I want to get tested now, period. I'm 18, comma. I give you permission, period. Close quote. New paragraph. So much for not inciting a panic, comma, Chase thought, period. New paragraph. The woman secretary was on the verge of being bowled over. Comma, and Chase decided that it was in all of their best interests if she intervened, period. New paragraph, open quote. You're going to have to go back to class, comma, close quote, Chase said, comma, stepping away from Mr. Hendricks and the technician, period. New paragraph. The girls looked at her, comma, and one went as far as to sneer, period. New paragraph, open quote. We don't have class, period. I want to get tested, period. Close quote. New paragraph. Chase shook her head, period. New paragraph, open quote. No one's getting tested, period. We're just doing routine M dash, close quote. New paragraph. One of the girls, comma, who was thin and lanky with long brown hair pulled up into a tight ponytail, suddenly pushed by the others, period. New paragraph, open quote. This is not routine M dash. You're testing us to see if we got the... You found something in Madison's blood, period. You found something who made her do this, period. Close quote. New paragraph. Chase's eyes narrowed, period. New paragraph, open quote. I suggest you just go back. Open quote. I suggest you go M dash, close quote. New paragraph. From behind the four girls, comma, Chase spied a young man with dirty blonde hair, period. It was long, comma, but it flipped up so as to avoid hanging into his eyes, period. New paragraph. There was something about the way he was walking, comma, with his hands jammed into his pockets, comma, his head low, comma, his chin tucked to his chest that seemed strange, period. New paragraph. It wasn't that the walk itself or even the posture was unusual for someone of his age, comma. It was the fact that everyone else in the hallway, M dash, at least a few other boys and a handful of girls, comma, were all drawn to the commotion that the girls were making. Girls who wanted to be tested were making, period. New paragraph. But this boy seemed to be purposefully avoiding it, period. New paragraph. Open quote. Floyd, comma, deal with this, comma, close quote. Chase muttered out of the corner of her mouth, period. New paragraph. Open quote. Chase ignored her partner and then pushed by the girls, comma, who grunted and refused to budge, period. New paragraph. Thankfully, Chase was a good 6 inches shorter than even the shortest of the girls, comma, and no problem slipping beneath their arms and between their bodies, period. New paragraph. And still, comma, by the time she made it into the hallway, comma, the boy had already made it. The boy had already entered the stairwell at the end of the hall, period. New paragraph. Open quote. Shit, comma, close quote. Chase cursed, comma, breaking into a small jog, period. New paragraph. She slammed her hands against the push bar leading to the stairwell, comma. which made a resounding echo in the narrow off the cement walls, period and paragraph. The sound alerted the boy of her presence, and he looked down at her, period and paragraph. Their eyes met but for a fraction of a second, comma, but his went wide and then immediately turned and started to run up the stairs, period and paragraph, open quote. Wait, comma, close quote. Chase shouted, period, open quote. Wait, exclamation point, close quote, in paragraph. But the man wasn't waiting, comma. He had no intention of waiting, period. Instead, comma, he bolted, comma, running up the stairs as fast as he can, pushing by every student that seemed to be descending in their direction, period and paragraph. Chase swore again, comma, and ran after him, comma, taking the stairs two at a time, comma, using the railing to hoist herself up, period and paragraph. She'd made it to the first level when a bell rang, comma, a loud tinny sound that was even grated on her nerves and irritated the fillings in her teeth, period and paragraph. The boy pushed through the second floor door and entered the hallway just as Chase crested the reached the halfway point, period and paragraph. And then all hell broke loose, semicolon. The doors to the stairwell opened and the man didn't come down, comma, but what seemed like an impossible number of students, comma, all clutching notepads to their chests, comma, backpacks slung over one shoulder, period and paragraph. They were talking, comma, laughing, comma, some were dour, comma, and laughing as if nothing had happened, period and paragraph, as if 5 of their fellow students and 1 of their faculty hadn't committed suicide, period and paragraph. Chase tried to push by them like she did the girls in the office, comma, but this flow of students was impenetrable, period and paragraph. It was so strong, comma, in fact, comma, that she was actually forced backwards and had no choice but to head back down the stairs the way she'd come, period and paragraph. She knew at this point there was no point even if she went around, comma, even if she took another staircase that was somehow devoid of students, comma, she knew she would never catch the boy, period. She had no idea where the exits were. Skulking, comma, Chase reluctantly made her way back to the office and was surprised to see that Floyd was still arguing with the 4 girls, period and paragraph, open quote. Get out of the office, comma, close quote. Chase shouted, period. All eyes were on her, comma, and she repeated the request in an even more stern voice, period, open quote. Get out of the office before I have you arrested, period, close quote, in a paragraph. And that did it, comma. The girls grumbled something, but they all receded, comma, joining the ranks of their fellow students, period, and paragraph, open quote. Where did you go, question mark, close quote. Floyd asked, period, and paragraph. Chase completely ignored him and walked directly up to Mr. Hendricks, who was still massaging the cotton ball that was on the inside of his arm. The crook of his elbow, period, in a paragraph, open quote. Is everything okay? Question mark. Did you M dash, close quote, in a paragraph, open quote. I want to see a yearbook, comma, close quote, she said, comma, leveling her eyes at the man, period, in a paragraph, open quote. A yearbook, question mark. Why? M dash, close quote, in a paragraph, open quote. I want to see a yearbook, comma, now, exclamation point, close quote. Speaking of fast, who is this boy running away? Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate the like. In my head, I was envisioning. I don't know how. When I picture a school stairwell, it's always like those switchback stairs, you know, where like you have two sets between the floor, where one goes this way and then you come back this way. So that way you can do, obviously, to conserve space and to gain height. So that's what I was trying to describe there, and it just did a brutal ass job of it. But when I go back to the editing process, I'll change that so that it's clear that this is how they're going up the stairs. So when I said she got to the halfway point, she literally got to the first landing and was heading it up when the guy busted through the top. So yeah, what do we got? I don't see a sandwich. So should I keep going or break for lunch? Am I gonna have to make my own sandwich, like a regular person? I might have to do it. I might have to make my own sandwich. And your tortoise is fast as fuck. Like, seriously, you can't catch him. If you're, can you please look? Take a video of this tortoise, or at least a photo, and post it in the Insatiable group, please. I want to see this. You're telling me if you take him out for a walk, you got your gecko on your shoulder, 2 dogs, your cat, and you're all walking around like Dr. Doolittle or Ace Ventura, and you got this tortoise here, and the tortoise is literally going to be bolting. And you'll be like, I can't catch it. And you're going to have to jump and try to grab it. Get him out of traffic. I want to see a picture of this tortoise. You don't need to send me a sandwich. You just got to show me a photo of this guy. You guys are fucking trolls, man. I'm not putting any cucumbers on my eyes. No way. I think I need it, though. Looks like I got some bags on my eyes. I did stay up late. Laszlo, I love it. 15 and pounds paving. Sick. I stayed up late last night watching Killing Eve, man. I can't get enough of that show. I just love the parallels to Hannibal. I love the characters, the actors. Sandra Oh can be a little bit, but Villanelle is great. What a ridiculous name for a character too, Villanelle. There's just no subtlety there, and I kind of like that though. That's what the show's about. There's zero subtlety to that show. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch Killing Eve. I think you guys will really enjoy it. On that note, I'm signing off. I gotta make the sandwich. I thought that I'd hear the doorbell. Sandwich lady arrived. No, didn't happen. I'll be back. Give me an hour and a bit. I'll try to be back by 2 o'clock. Let's check the word count here. I think I only did like 2 chapters, though. You guys have been terrible for productivity. Yeah, 3,000 words. It's all right, man. We've had a good time. Hope you guys had a good time hanging out. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Thank you for all the likes, all the good juju, the good vibes. I'll be back here. Take care, everybody. See you at 2 o'clock.